Former Trump campaign chief Paul Manafort pleading guilty to conspiracy and obstruction charges in a plea deal, agreeing to cooperate to some extent with special counsel Robert Mueller. Rudy Giuliani, counselor to the president, issued this statement saying, quote, "Once again, an investigation has concluded with a plea having nothing to do with President Trump or the Trump campaign. The reason? The president did nothing wrong." Joining us tonight, Greg Jarrett, Fox legal analyst, author of the New York Times bestseller, The Russia Hoax. Giuliani points out this has nothing to do with the president. The president did nothing wrong. And again, the special counsel is involved in something here that has nothing to do with his original charter. It goes on and on and on.
I spoke to a source with direct knowledge of the plea negotiations, and he assured me it has nothing whatsoever to do with implicating Donald Trump, but rather it implicates two separate lobbying firms, one a Republican firm, one a Democrat firm with direct ties to Hillary Clinton. And that makes sense because if you read today's superseding indictment filed about an hour before the plea deal took place in court, it refers to Company A and Company B. And how
Mueller, do you think, is aware that this is a Democratic operation, that he's treading on friendly territory?
If he was going to go after Manafort, he had to go after the business associates who were in on the deal to lobby for the Ukraine government. And according to the superseding indictment, both these firms were using a Brussels nonprofit as a cover in order to...
You don't say.
As a conspiracy to defraud the government in not filing as foreign agents. And so those two firms...
Are you saying that we could see two lobbying firms in a lot of trouble with the democratically led special counsel, or as the president puts it, Bob Mueller's witch hunt and the now, 17 Democratic acolytes?
I believe that's the way I read the indictment, yes. But there's nothing in there to suggest, and my source tells me it has nothing whatsoever to do with Donald Trump, which dovetails with Rudy Giuliani's statement. Look, Manafort was so briefly involved in the campaign. His one job in his brief tenure was to secure the proper delegates for the convention. So it's always been dubious proposition that he was involved in some grand conspiracy with Vladimir Putin in the bowels of the Kremlin to influence the election.
Well, I mean, we're sitting here now 26 months into this nonsense. These investigations, first by just about a year by the FBI, now almost a year and a half by the special counsel. We've got the Senate Intelligence Committee chairman, Senator Richard Burr, acknowledging there's no evidence whatsoever. What in the hell does it take for these fools to say it's time to shut this down?
I would hope that not only would they wind this down and shut it down, but that a special counsel and or grand jury is convened to investigate people like Comey McCabe, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, the whole gang, including Rod Rosenstein, who continues to obstruct Congress. Well, these are the people who need to be investigated. In my judgment, these are the people who committed crimes.
Well, your opinion, everyone's opinion. The fact is that all of the texts reveal that Strzok, that Page, we can go through McCabe and Comey and the Department of Justice, Bruce Orr, the entire FBI leadership, the entire Department of Justice leadership are toxic. They're corrupt, politically corrupt, and they had, and we're now, after all of this time, we're looking at the investigators as the only corrupt enterprises involved in this entire mess.
Not only was it a hoax to frame Trump, but then they were leaking this false information and intelligence to damage Trump. The leaks came from the FBI, the Department of Justice, the CIA, and the DNI, all of them, the alphabet soup of intelligence.
Obama's intelligence community.
That's right. James Comey's
CIA.
FBI.
Yes. And
James Clapper's DNI. John Brennan's CIA. These are the people who should be in front of a grand jury answering questions and facing...
By the way, one thing you said, I've just got to say. No more special counsels. I know it's very popular for a lot of people to talk about another special...
Give me a legitimate prosecutor.
Yeah,
I'll just take
give me a grand jury. Give me a
An
legitimate,
honest
yeah.
prosecutor and a grand jury. That's what you need.
No special counsel. I've had a belly full.
Tell Lindsey Graham that, who's been saying we need another special
Senator
counsel.
Graham, no more special counsels. Cool off.